lords and ladies, my name is CrescentEmpress, and welcome back to Modded Ark Season 2. Okay, so, we are moving with purpose today. I would say, the first thing, while I do a cursory egg, I don't know why I collect these eggs. Like, I compulsively collect eggs, and in all of my time playing of Ark, I have never once used them for anything. Literally anything ever. But as I was saying, we are moving with purpose today, because we have something to do, I would say. Starting with a cursory check of, oh yeah, I made arrows and I then didn't make the black arrows. Oh well, I'll deal with that later. 36 is enough for now, I would assume. So, we are basically just waiting on the ingot seed before we start heading inland. Which, leaves us with, the need to fill our schedule. Oh, just a little bit, but... Oh. Look, I spent, all day working out the itinerary for this episode, and then immediately, forget everything, the order I wanted to do stuff. I did actually do the thing where I named all of the critters we were bringing home. This is Peggy. Peggy the pig, because I like alliteration a lot. And then our new ladies here became Monarch and Hope. And I'm going to go ahead and not get in the water, but I will take you out where you can see the name icons at least. Where we have Zoe, and as I accidentally named the other one SS, she became SS Chomper because I thought the nautical accident was funny. Okay, now then, our itinerary. So, I have to apologize for having a little bit of a shorter episode last time. The truth is, I was really sad and unmotivated after the wyvern thing. I really was just very, very sad about it. But after thinking about it for a little while, I've come up with an idea about what we can do. Now, there are some clarifications that I need to make. The first is that sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. This is going to, I'm afraid, going to be true with Anunnaki because I don't know it as well. I know just the slightest bit. That means sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. So, no wyvern boss. The dragon boss is called a wyvern, which is not confusing at all since there are actual wyverns. Although, to be fair, I think Anunnaki is older than Scorched Earth, but there you have it. Additionally, that does mean, and I did confirm exhaustively, that what we found was what I thought at first. It is a dragon's wyvern up there. Why do I need to tame it while it's awake? No idea. I consulted the internet. Literally the only information about this at all is one other person asking the same question. How exactly do you want me to tame this thing while it's awake and trying to eat me? So, no answer. I made a post on the page. I started a discussion. Hopefully, I hear back. But we will be moving inland as soon as our ingot seed is up, and we will be worrying about other things slightly more pressing. We'll be worrying about other things. Although, frankly, all I want to worry about is this wyvern, because, guys, I was heartbroken. I'm not kidding. I was so sad that I couldn't have him. But, that was 2 days ago. Yesterday was editing day. I spent a long time thinking about it, and I have an ill-advised plan. What we're going to do is take, I think, Tawny, And why are we taking Tawny? I'll get to in a minute, and it makes me kind of a bad person for saying it. But we're going to take Tawny. I'm going to find out where the wyvern went. We can't tame it while it's unconscious, we know that, because of reasons and logic. Yeah, I'm not going to compulsively collect eggs. I need to get better about that. So, we're going to go find it. And Tawny, with Tawny, we are going to poke it. First, we are going to make sure that he is loaded out for said poking. With 375% movement speed, I'm at least mostly sure he'll live. And literally everything else into health. So you're going to load him out for poking. And we are going to go and find the wyvern and annoy it and bring it home. Once it's home, I am going to put a black arrow into it and knock it out. And if that goes according to plan, then we're going to do the only thing that I can think of. This is the only idea I have. And it is an ill-advised idea, but you guys don't know how badly I want it. I want it so much. This is dumb in every way, and I probably shouldn't be doing it, but I want that wyvern so badly. I want him. So I'm willing to go to a little bit more extreme lengths to see what we can do about it. We are going to bring him home. We're going to get him behind the wall. Then we're going to knock him out. And while he is unconscious, and with the application of narcotic as needed, we're going to put him in a box. Wow, fudged that. We are going to put him in a box. I'm going to build a box around him so that he can't fly away. And then we have him to experiment with at our leisure until we figure out exactly what this mod, which has always been very generous and given me simple, straightforward knockout tames just like I like, one of two things will happen. Either we will figure out what we need to do, or he stays there until somebody on the forums answers me. It's as simple as that. But that is, of course, assuming that we can A, find him again, B, nothing else much worse has spawned, and boy, I feel like we are probably going to, I hope not. I hope I'm being paranoid. But we're going to poke him, bring him home, and go from there. Because we will either figure out, is that Prime Alpha Ankleo? It sure is. Damn. Let's not make that mad, shall we? I'm really happy that I decided that probably bringing an eagle was the right choice for this. There he is. Or no, that's an ice sergeant. That's cool. I think that's an ice sergeant. Well, I don't want to mess with it. That's not why we're here. We're here looking for something else. Oh, where did the wyvern get off to? I wonder quietly to myself. I see more chaos happening down there. It looks like another Prime Alpha. And a monkey boss. Good grief. Well, let's pull up a little bit. A, for perspective, and B, I hope it didn't die in there. Well, so the other reason we need to find this thing today is because the respawn is going to get progressively nastier. As evidenced, that is a badass drake. That wyvern is probably dead, honestly. Between you and me, it probably did not survive. Especially not with that there, because my understanding of where we are at tells me that it should have been right in this area. This is where we saw it last. Also, I'm glad that the game is already lagging, too. That's all fantastic signs moving forward. Oh, I hope we can find it, because that's the only plan I have about what we're doing this episode. Aside from perhaps dying horribly, that could also happen. When in question, dying horribly is always something that could happen. Alpha Direwolf went down. Because I think where we're at, it should have been kind of right in this area. But at least we're getting an aerial perspective here. Because we haven't actually been up here to see what's going on. Yeah, I have a feeling that the lovely forum people are correct by the look of things. The issue is with Anunnaki overspawning. We're not in a position that we need to worry about that just yet. But the overhead here is not promising. Wow, that's 2 more monkey bosses. Right. That wyvern is probably dead. Damn it. Well, we're getting some aerial overview here because we will be pushing inland soon. Oh, right, they added the pack thing. I forgot about that. No, it's not just the Allosauruses that get a buff. That drake is like right around where the wyvern was. Like, see these trees right behind me? This is where it was last, and given what I'm seeing in the area, I'm guessing that we have missed our opportunity. Damn it. Okay, well, good news. We have eyes on a badass drake, a prime alpha ankleo, a prime alpha mammoth. I don't know if those are aggressive because of their prime alpha status. They are not normally aggressive, but I am really excited about my decision to bring the bird and not I'm excited that we brought the bird and not our kitty. Our kitty is definitely stronger, but I don't know if it's the kind of strong that holds up to that. Oh, well, this is something that we can do since we're in the air. You guys can see down here. I don't want to get too close, but you get a better look at our neighbor. If I have to run another wipe, I'm going to be really upset, because I would really like, as terrifying as having him there is, I would almost rather just have him there because he's such a rare spawn. It's like, in case you guys couldn't tell, it's a Dodo Rex. We got lucky. Like, we did. As, displeased as I was to see him. That it could have been worse. There are 2 Celestials. And one is a Dodo Rex, the other is a dragon. One of those 2 things will be stopped by my walls. So, as it goes, we definitely could have had it worse. It definitely could have been much worse, actually. God damn it. I'm just crushed. I'm literally just crushed. Like, the spawns have been so rare that I didn't think it was compatible. We finally find one, and for some reason it's not a straightforward knockout tame. And as such, we have missed our chance. And God only knows when we'll find another one. Badass Anglio went down. But it's just an alpha, not a prime alpha. I figured we would take a look. I mean, we're not setting down with Tawny, but taking a look, I thought, wouldn't be the end of the world. While I sit here and contemplate. So, there's the warden at the lake. We know that. There was probably a pygmy at the lake, I am guessing. Lords and ladies, I am really sad. Although, you guys are seeing now that our time is, limited. There's another Equus that we're in no position to try to herd. But our time, God, this is going to get to be the most annoying thing just ever. Also, let's make sure that we're checking our 6 regularly, because I would like to... We took the bird so that we could look around at stuff. Because if we saw the wyvern, we were going to poke it and bring it home Instead, what we're seeing is that the overspawning is still an issue. I really hoped that adding the line into my game settings was going to help, but it's just not my day. It's just not my day. I spent so long trying to figure out what we could do about the wyvern, only to find out that its spot has been taken over by something a little sturdier. Anunnaki will trump dragons. It's almost more of a hobbyist thing. The dragons mod is in because I enjoy it personally, but turn my volume up just a little bit, because as we are perusing here, I do want to hear if something is approaching us. Not that I will be able to do a damn thing about it, but I mean, theoretically, Tawny should be able to outrun stuff. He's actually, I think, the fastest bird we have. But what we're seeing in our aerial tour here is that my efforts to curb the population were in vain, because Anunnaki specifically has spawning issues. And those spawning issues mean that we are just going to have to deal with the wipe, which sucks, because that means that, like, I don't want to deal with the wipe. I don't. I want to just have my selection and be able to work with it. Well, there's our friend the warden, who is making the lake a pain in the ass to try to visit, because we're not going to be killing that anytime soon. Chaos. Survey says there's a warden standing on my teleporter. Like, in case anybody was wondering how the day is going, there's a warden standing on my teleporter. Nothing special. Even then, like I said, we couldn't sit down with Tawny. It was just foolish hope. I wanted to swing through and just look around. But until we have our teleporters, well, there's the Equus, which I have no way to get home. Because there's a warden on my teleporter, and I don't have a tame teleporter yet. We would be able to go for that, but we will need a teleporter. I did some sitting around, I did some sitting around earlier when I was naming our beasties, because I wanted to give the things some time to work, the forges. I wanted the forges to have a chance to work, because the sooner we have teleporters, the sooner we can just go wandering. Because it's about that time, lords and ladies. We have been stationary for a long time. With the stuttering. It's like, but could you not? There you guys go. Since I don't think he will be with us forever, at least certainly not before we're going to have to get rid of him, because of the overspawn, but so rare that I literally forgot that was a thing. Sadness. It's literally all I have to say on the subject. Sadness. Okay, well, I just emptied the forges before I started. I took a stack to each of them to work on. But and I forget, I transferred a bunch of it, and I moved a bunch of it, and I put a bunch of it together, yada yada. Took some down from the metal seed. But I figure I will collect this and give you guys a status update. And then I think I'm going to segue out here until our ingot seed is ready. Because we need ingots. No, that's actually, yeah. We're getting there. Now, 150 away, so actually we won't have to wait very long. I again did all of this 2 days ago and totally forgot how much I had moved. So we're almost there. 150 more to go. And then we'll be able to make electronics. Once we have electronics, we have teleport pads, and once we have teleport pads, we take Phobator and head inland. That is the official call, just while I have you all here. Among my sitting around the other day, I actually did grab Phobator and attacked some stuff, and my game didn't crash. So, since Phoenix is subpar, and Artemis is base arc, we will take Phobator and go inland. I'm so sad about that wyvern. You guys don't know. I'm just... Well, I'd go put the base pistol down, because the entire idea, when I wasn't sure whether I was taking an eagle or the kitty, I took the pistol because I was thinking I might have to shoot it. And I didn't want to hit it with the good pistol because I didn't want to accidentally kill it. All a moot point for now. But I will do the requisite bit of standing around here while we wait patiently. It won't be long. And then I will bring you guys back in when we are ready to plant it, and then back in again once it is a fruitling, because then we go inland. We did the water thing. We'll probably have to do more water stuff. We have thoroughly explored our little corner. We've not seen a golden dodo. The overspawning is getting worse. Or, well, the overspawning isn't getting worse, it's just the amount of time I've spent in here dictates that the overspawning has had time to take effect. So, we will be going inland, and I believe we will be looking for someplace to set up our next base. I would ideally like somewhere more central to the map. Preferably flat area, but not required, as you guys saw in my home tours on Xbox. I have, well, I guess my center game is built in a pretty flat area, but Castle Valkyrie and my Scorcher of Home, not as much. Flat area would be good, not required. What I will probably do while I'm waiting on the metal here, I can actually, because I haven't done this, can actually come and take this nonsense down to the Castles, Keeps, and Forts bench, because I believe what I am going to do while I wait on the ingot seed is going to be to make pieces. Lots of pieces. As many pieces as we can get, in fact. I will probably still do the requisite wall from standard issue stone, but when we find another area to build in, I don't even have to take it with us. We'll have the teleporters. As soon as we've settled on a location, we will be able to work quickly. Once we have found a place that feels like home, we will be able to go back and forth at will. Well, that's a little much for me, but not too much. We will be able to go back and forth at will, and that basically means that we can do all of our crafting here, have all of the pieces ready, find our location, get a teleporter down, get our asses back there, and do our very, 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 very best to get a wall up around our basic perimeter so that we might effectively seal off that area so as to have relative peace of mind while we do our work. I forgot how close we got with the ingots. I wasn't even thinking about it. I probably should have made a note, then I wouldn't just, well, I mean, honestly, a pleasant surprise to offset the fact that my wyvern is dead. Not the worst thing in the world. I'll probably have to take Jin out. The metal and stone seed are great, but I am planning to do bulk crafting while the ingot seed cooks. We will need ingots for some of the Castles, Keeps, and Forts pieces, but I believe, with the way I'm yakking, we will probably just, end up staying in while I tell you guys basically what the deal is here. I believe that is going to be the itinerary. We are going to take Phobator and a teleport pad and go scouting. We are going to hope very strongly that... Oh, you know what I can do while I'm here? Because I made a bunch of arrows and then completely forgot that I meant to process them, so I'll do that too while I'm transferring crap around, because we need black arrows. I actually do want to be able to transport resources to the bench, so I will leave the other seed there, or the other set there for now. Just take it and do it all at once, right? So, instead of bringing a wyvern home to poke at it in a box for a while, it seems that the episode will be our readying. Will be our readying to go inland at last. It's about time, lords and ladies. We have been here for 27 episodes. We have not yet managed you see a shadow and you automatically get a little nervous. We have not yet seen very much of the map, and I deliberately put us on a map I hadn't seen before because I thought that would add to the adventure, and I think I was right, in as much as that everything is terrifying, but we haven't seen the map yet, and I'm really disappointed that we have not gotten that as effectively as I would want. So, in lieu of the disappointment, I left this damn thing on again. I'm glad we have oil cooking. I should probably make more gasoline, given the way I forget to turn this thing off. I don't know why the S Plus one doesn't make noise. The fact that it doesn't make noise throws me off so much. I don't even know why I brought this down here in retrospect, because we have polymer cooking upstairs in a seed. I don't need to make polymer. I will need to make electronics soon, but I should probably take some of the polymer down there. Take some of that, take some of this, and organic we never use, so I will get rid of it. I only want the non-expiring kind of polymer, please, plant. So I will take some of that here, and the rest of it down to the S Plus bench. And then we will do a check here, because once we have the seed up, I will cut to begin crafting, as it were. So, actually, I will do that, but first I'm going to run and grab oil, because making more gasoline, actually something I should do since I constantly leave the bench on, because I'm dumb. That's why I grabbed the hide last time in my inventory, that's why it's there, and then I just forgot. Turn the freaking thing off. I wish I didn't do that constantly. It is really tiresome. Oh yeah, we should be there, probably. Get gasoline going. Get our metal, because we should damn near be there. Not that I have the ability to do the math on the fly, but we will find out in just a moment. Guys, I'm so sad about that wyvern. You guys don't know how badly I wanted him. I was, the reason the last episode was short is I was really, really sad that I didn't have him. Because it's not how I'm used to things going with that mod. It's the first time I've encountered a wyvern, but all of my previous experience with the mod is, since I'm loaded out for Anunnaki, that basically means anything I want. 5 ingots. Since I'm loaded out for Anunnaki, that basically means that if I see something from dragons, I can have it. And that's really just how it is. So to have found something, dropped something, and then I was told, like, in my head he was mine. In my head, that's all there was to it. I found him, so he's mine. There was no need... We need the metal seeds. There was no need to think about it any further. I found him, so he's mine. And then, yeah, I got the rug pulled out from under me on that one, and I'm really sad about it. Especially because we haven't found... Especially because we haven't found a... I'm going to need fiber, right? I'm guessing. That's usually what I'm short. Now, why did my thing stop? Oh, it's still going. Never mind. Where does it show? Oh, it's down there behind my stat bars. I thought it was done with the craft. No. I figured that happened too fast, and then I figured that it stopped. But I found him, so he's mine. That was really just as much as there was in it for me, because that's how it's always been. And not only do I not have him, but he's dead now. So my evil master plan of just putting him in a box until I figure it out is rendered moot. No, not that. This I need. It's just junking the excess fertilizer. But our ingot seed is going now. And so with that, I will segue out and bring you guys back in when that is producing. And I will give you a status update on how the craft is going. And then we will have made all of our preparations, and we will be ready to set out on our next adventure. On that note, please stand by. Okay, lords and ladies, I am bringing you back in now that we are in what I would call the home stretch here. I wanted to bring you all in for a couple of the final preparations, because, yes, this has actually, gone, my attempt at gathering inventory yesterday ended up leaking into today, because it turns out there's a lot of preparation that needs to happen before yours truly is comfortable just wandering out into an unknown area. I have been working, like I said, it has been a marathon, lords and ladies. It's maybe the hardest thing about recording ARC as opposed to everything else is the amount of, like, pre-episode prep that goes into some of these. Like, literally, I've been just hours. We have been working on the things that I wanted to have together for us when we go inland, which you will be given the rundown of momentarily. I wanted to bring you guys back in for the planting of our last essential seed. Even then, not that essential, but lovely to have nonetheless, with a good stock of oil. Okay, so electronic seed, check. Next, we have crafted enough, well, we have by and large grown enough to do the next thing, our teleport pads. Which, why can I only have one of these? What do I need more of? Ingots, right. See, here I was. I thought I had everything prepped, but, you know, silly me. Fortunately, we have ingots growing, because resource crops is amazing. Okay, as I was then, teleport pads. Which we will go on ahead and make all of those. And I will take you all to investigate what we will have at our disposal when we get to our new land. So, we will be taking Phobator. Next time, we are taking Phobator and we are heading inland to look for a new place to call home. Hopefully we're looking for some place more central location done in the map. We want to actually see the map. I want to go exploring, but if we're going to set up a waypoint, we might as well do a proper job of it, yeah? So we will be taking Phobator, we will be getting a teleport pad down, and then we will trade Phobator out for Scarlet. Because Scarlet kicks ass and can offer some semblance of protection, while we do the essentials, I would say. The essentials we'll start with, and again, because we will have the teleport pads, I don't have to take this with us. It is all here waiting. So here is the rundown. We have 138 stone walls, 18 glass walls, 40 smaller ones, 4 fence foundations, gateways, gates, glass behemoth gate, because I splurged a little bit, glass walls, stone walls, the run of it, because walls, walls, walls. Once upon a time, I neglected the importance of my wall, and ever since, we have learned this is not a mistake I will make twice. We will find where we would like to call home, and then we will get a wall up before we do anything else. But then I long ago made all of the extra nonsense, beds and storage and the personal grave. So we will be ready to dig in right away once we have the wall up. And once we have the wall up, we are going to be using the Castles, Keeps, and Forts mod, because I have been waiting so long to use it, and I have just not had the chance. So, after a bunch of crafting, and we need to do a bunch more, I forgot that I actually had to get up before I finished my craft, but we've got a bunch of the Castles, Keeps, and Forts pieces going too, and we will be able to begin our new base entirely with the Castles, Keeps, and Forts mod, and that will mean I will get to build a castle the way I have always wanted to, but I have been previously limited to 90-degree angles. I'm super excited about the castle. So we will have all of this stuff just ready for us. We are ready, we are waiting. Just put that there. Once we figure out where we are going to call home next, then I did craft a bunch more black arrows. I will probably end up needing to craft a bunch more, because it has been a marathon craft, lords and ladies. It's like serious. When I say marathon, you guys don't understand. When I say marathon, I mean like marathon crafting session. Just like I said, that's the hardest thing about, like, I do Ark primarily because I love Ark, and I'm going to be playing Ark anyway, and I like to share with all of you. But, like, the pre-mission prep for this one, and this is true for conversions and all, like, there's, the 45 minutes to an hour or so worth of episode, and then there's the 6 hours that I spend getting ready for the episode, or the mission, as it were. But we have a bunch of black arrows that we will be taking with us. We will be taking prime and berries, of course, because who knows what neat stuff we will find. I believe that I'm going to have to do... I'll probably do a few more, but I've made a bunch of those. So, that is basically the run of it. If I do any more sitting around between now and mission day, it will be probably for ingots, because I would like to make more of the glass pieces. Is kind of the next... Actually, I might steal that out of the castles, keeps, and forts. I might steal the metal out of there to do more glass pieces for our wall. Because that, I think, would be quite nifty. Like I said, splurged on the glass behemoth gate, because I enjoy our compound, but I do not enjoy that I cannot see out of it at all. In fact, it is quite alarming. This is... Well, I don't actually need this in here right now, so we're just going to snitch metal from everywhere. And take a quick look-see at what we have stored in the S+ bench. And that should give me a rough idea of what our story is with more glass pieces. Actually, probably... Make 5 more, which will leave us short. Actually, silly. What would that leave us short? Ingots. Yeah, ingots are what's really kind of hurting us right now, as far as constructing our hopefully glass walls so that we can actually see out and have a nice view. But that should help. Wall, 5 more, and that's probably going to once again put us under ingots. Like crystal and cementing paste we have for days and days and days, but ingots. The ingots are breaking my heart. But you guys get the idea. That's, again, not a huge concern. I think if I can, I will try to alternate the walls as much as I can. So that we might... You'll be able to gradually replace, because it's just reality, making the stone walls is faster and cheaper and easier, but upgrading to the glass would be cool. And I would like to say that I'm excited to upgrade to the glass as well, because I think that is going to be gorgeous. But that is going to task me to actually get my foundation, my fence foundation placements correct. It will do that. But there you have it, lords and ladies. The Marathon Craft session has yielded that at our disposal to begin setting up a new place to call home, and we will be able to take personnel back and forth as needed, because God bless these teleport pads. They're my favorite. So many of the mods are so creative and awesome, and they really make my experience so much more streamlined, I would call it. Things like the teleport pads, which means that as soon as Phobator and I settle on a build site, we can park him and get Scarlet, because Phobator is not meant to destroy things, he's meant to trank things. And his stats reflect that. Just for funsies, before I end the pre-episode prep episode, I will pop out here to Phobator and just show you guys. Never mind the lag. This is what we've got going for us stat-wise. And between you and me, I would like to put this point into health. But health would be nice. All of my reading says that the threshold is 250% for escape. Having a tankier bird would be nice. I'm so tempted to put it into speed. I'm really, genuinely tempted to put it into speed. Because, really, these things Like, I do not want... If we have to run, I want to be able to get away. More than tanking, I am going to invest into a supersonic eagle for this trip, because I do not know where I am, I do not know where I'm going, I do not know what we are looking for. All I know is that the chance of us finding very big, very mean, very nasty things that we are in no position to deal with, pretty extreme, honestly. So, I will not compulsively pick up eggs. The eggs are useless and do nothing for me. Someday, if I decide to, like, do cooking and stuff, maybe we will collect eggs. But for now, I need to, like, actually get better about my compulsive hoarding. But that is pretty much the run of it, lords and ladies. The marathon craft has come to an end, and next time we are taking Phobator and going inland. No giving up, no turning back. We are exploring the damn map and finding a new build site. Because A, I would like to be able to continue exploring the map from a more central location. B, I have not gotten a chance to use the castles, keeps, and forts things. And C, ever hopeful for new cool stuff if we go further inland. So, in the meantime, if you have enjoyed the slightly tedious prep session, please take a moment to let me know. And do remember to join the court by subscribing. Until next time.